Hello Sagittarius, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we're going to be taking a look at the career and financial energy for the sign of Sagittarius for the month of June. Now Sagittarius, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now, I do not offer personal readings, and I will not send you a message on any platform, so do not get scammed. Let's go ahead and see what we have here for you, Sagittarius. Now, I am using the Gilded Tarot as well as the Rider-Waite Tarot and the Kipper Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to purchase them for yourself. Also ask that you consider hitting the like button and subscribing, as it really does help my channel grow in a big way. More importantly, hitting the like button does ensure that new people who may need to see this video have an opportunity to see the video. All right, make sure everything is in view here, and then we'll get right into it. All right. That looks just about good enough to me. Sagittarius, energy on the bottom. You have the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is a very good card to find here in a tarot reading. Ace of Swords can bring about breakthroughs in one's life. You can see the clouds in the background. The Ace of Swords says that presumably these clouds are clearing, making way for the sun to come forward, for something new to come in. It's really about something new coming in, and you know that feeling when the clouds clear in your life, and the feeling that comes after that. The Ace of Swords can also, as I said, lead to like a breakthrough or some sort of like a divine spark or divine understanding. You could even say that there's maybe, I have to say there's a little bit of divine intervention here, Sagittarius, that's coming in, not just because of the Ace of Swords, but because of something very interesting here developing in the middle of the 9-card Lenormand spread here. There's definitely something around divine intervention coming in. Ace of Swords can refer to, it can be related to matters of communication. And of course, that could be verbal communication, but it could also be projects, like if you're involved in a writing project, for example, or you're looking to start a blog, or you're looking to create a newsletter, or you're really just looking to create some type of better communication in your work life, in your career. I know what it's like to constantly be replying to emails. I used to have a 9-to-5 desk job, and the emails can really take toll on you, and the Ace of Swords may come in and say, okay, you're going to figure out how to sort of work through that. You're going to figure out how to sort of sort through your inbox. Situations like that can all kind of come into play here when you get the Ace of Swords. I know it's kind of a mundane example, but yeah, something that's coming into my mind here for you, Sagittarius. Now, in the overall situation, in the middle of the spread here, which this is a very important card because it spills into the rest of these cards here. It helps inform the whole reading. You have the Wheel of Fortune, which, Sagittarius, this is a big energy for you because you, Sagittarius, are ruled by Jupiter. And by the way, if you happen to be a Sagittarius rising like me, your entire natal chart is ruled by Jupiter. And the Wheel of Fortune is the card of Jupiter. Wheel of Fortune says that there is potentially some sort of perfect alignment happening in your life. This says that the wheel is spinning in your direction, and it does bring a change. It does bring a change into your life. The thing is, you have two changes really here with the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune that feel like combined, especially as you have this Ace of Swords, something around divine intervention here. Okay, there is a little bit of luck that comes into play with the Wheel of Fortune. There's a whole lot of expansion, and this is a really big energy of destinies. The thing is, you want to take advantage when you get the Wheel of Fortune, especially in the middle of this spread here, because again, informs everything. You really want to take advantage of an opportunity because you never know when the wheel will spin in your direction again. So there could be something that sort of suddenly works out, or something that is just like, whoa, like this happened, I wasn't expecting this. I definitely feel like this is on the table for some of you Sagittarius people here. Now, in the past, you have the Page of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the Emperor. All right, so here we see this Page of Cups energy. This is in a career reading, we're not talking about love here, okay? And so in a career reading, Page of Cups is truly, this is about some sort of happy offer potentially being thrown in your direction, coming your way, so forth and so on. Page of Cups is potentially even you maybe getting news or word of some type of like creative project here. You can see that there's something going on in this cup, right? And this person has been dreaming about whatever's been happening in the cup for a long time. And so you can say that the Page of Cups is a card of being a dreamer, being a visionary. But at a certain point, you have to go from dream world to real world. It's good to have both, but at some point you have to put these visions, these goals, these dreams that you have into action. And again, I feel like there's maybe a perfect opportunity here with the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune for you to do that. So taking a look here, you also have the Seven of Wands. This is an interesting energy of competition. You can see that there are kind of wands coming after this person. This person really needs to stand their ground and stick true to what they believe is right for them. This is a really big energy of standing your ground. If I'm looking here, I mean, we do have 1, 2, 3 people cards showing up. They can be considered people cards, but they can also be aspects or qualities of yourself. I don't know that you are dealing with a competitive person at this time. It almost feels like, because remember, we're going back to this Wheel of Fortune energy here. It almost feels like this is you. I want to say like you competing against yourself, or it's like you are sort of driving the ship here. There's a little bit of divine intervention, of course, which is not you driving the ship, right? But outside of that, which you can't really plan for divine intervention, it just happens, right? Outside of that, you seem to be driving the ship here, Sagittarius. And so what I would say is stand firm and show up for yourself. Believe in what you believe in at this time. You have the Emperor here as well, which is the energy of success, being a leader, authority, leadership, big boss energy. The Emperor is an extremely good omen to find in a business context. Now, I did say here with that Ace of Swords, some of you maybe, there was this interesting message around like inboxes and emails, which I almost never bring in with the Ace of Swords. It is possible that some of you are looking to sort of stand firm on some communication that you've had recently, and I could definitely see that coming in, especially if you are a Sagittarius that has to, that works, with colleagues, right? Let's say you're not self-employed or whatever the case may be. Yeah. So in the current situation, you have the Tower, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Queen of Pentacles. Divine intervention here. Okay, I've never really felt it this strong. Just because we have this stacking up here. Again, Wheel of Fortune can be like your, what is the term your favorability is increased. Like situations are favorable when you get the Wheel of Fortune, okay? An increase in favorability. And you have that here with the Tower, which can be a surprise or a shock. It doesn't necessarily need to be bad. In fact, I like to take a positive spin on the tarot, and so the Tower can really just break you out of a situation that you really felt trapped in, or that just wasn't serving you. And again, as it is combined with major positive energy here, remember, we really only have like a couple challenging cards here. The overwhelming amount of cards in this reading are positive. And so it does feel like something is coming kind of seemingly out of nowhere. I know that's a little abstract, but it is coming in. And I definitely would not be surprised to hear some Sagittarius people in the comments section say, whoa, like this absolutely happened to me in this month. I was not expecting this to come out of the blue or come out of nowhere. You have this Queen of Pentacles card as well here, which is about your kind of practicality in life. Again, going from, they're kind of opposite energies, right? The Page of Cups likes to spend time in the dream world. The Queen of Pentacles is like, okay, how do we make this happen in the material? How do we make this happen on Earth? The dream world's great, but I live on Earth. What can I do to bring this here down to the ground level? Pentacles being of nature or of the material grounding, right? How can I bring it down to the ground level? And I think it's almost like some of you are sort of striking this fine balance between the two. Really, really, really liking what I see for Sagittarius in this career and financial situation for June. In the future, you have the Magician, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands. So the Magician is really an amazing energy of the Law of Attraction. It's one of the Law of Attraction cards. This person is, as you can see here, alchemizing. They have all 4 elements and suits of the tarot here in the palm of their hands and within them to use at their disposal to manifest something into their life. It's a major energy of manifestation, but not only is it about willpower, it's about action. Okay, and so you can see we have a lot of confluence here around you potentially wanting to really take inspired action at this time as conditions are favorable, as your favorability is increased here with the Wheel of Fortune. You have the Nine of Pentacles, which is about financial independence. The Queen of Pentacles is also about financial independence in addition to practicality that I've talked about. This person is financially content or on their way to being financially content, and as a result, independent. They don't need to rely on anybody. And again, I don't feel like it's almost like it seems like you, outside of the divine intervention here, it feels like you are for the most part driving the ship. You're steering the car here at this time, and this is what's important for you. You have this Ten of Wands as well, which is carrying the weight of the world on your back, or potentially feeling like there's some sort of burden here, and the burden is this dream. Okay, you have the this is in the subconscious. The lower row is the subconscious realm. The subconscious realm is where we go when we dream. Okay, and so you've had these dreams are good. Just be very clear. I love dreams, and having a dream for yourself is very good. But at a certain point, does the dream become a burden when you're not taking action on it? Okay, so this is about you translating ideas into action with the Ace of Swords for sure. Let's go ahead and move up the pyramid here. Or not the pyramid, that's a different spread I use. Let's just get some more clarity here on this 9-card Lenormand. So you have the 5 of Swords, you have the Page of Pentacles, you have the 3 of Pentacles, you have the Wheel of Fortune, again, which is very good. You have the King of Cups, and the King of Wands. So really, really, really not surprised to see the King of Wands. King of Wands, I always like to say, is Sagittarius. It can be any fire sign. Truthfully, it can be any fire sign. But in this case, this is you, okay? This is you being in control. You know, you are in the cockpit, right? You're driving the plane. You're flying the plane. You're driving the car. Whatever the case may be, King of Wands is a classic entrepreneur. And, you know, I do feel like there was some type of I feel like some of you are self-employed, some of you are not. I do think that I am talking to some people. If you're not self-employed, it's like you are looking to like write an ebook, or you're looking to like make a course, or you're looking to start on YouTube, create an Instagram account. Like you're looking to add something if you are not full-blown self-employed. Like if you are working for somebody, you're looking to add something here. And it's a very smart thing to do if you can find the time and the energy. And it's almost like some of you are ready to do this. This person's a builder. The 3 of Pentacles is a builder. You can see that they built this statue. They're being sort of critiqued by their colleagues. But I think in this case, this is about building. It can refer to your team environment. There's a smaller percentage of you that are like looking to resolve a communication situation in the workplace. If you are, if you do have colleagues, if you work with others, some of you are looking to resolve a communication situation, and I think that you could be pretty successful in that here. You have the Wheel of Fortune twice. Again, your Jupiter energy showing up strong here, letting go of these losses of the past. Those are now behind you, okay? And really any sort of defeat is a situation where you can get stronger, and just always recognize that any sort of challenge or obstacle in your way is an opportunity to get stronger. You have this Page of Pentacles, which can bring about an offer. Again, divine intervention here. Tower, surprise. Wheel of Fortune, favorability. Ace of Swords, divine insight. And now the Page of Pentacles, an offer coming through or news coming through in the material realm. Bang. Just when you weren't expecting it, I feel like, is coming in. Surprising communication here. And then the King of Cups is you having a level head and being ready to weather any kind of emotional storms. Let's see what else we have here. So you have mean female, bad health, and poverty. Interesting. Not expecting that. So message. There's some sort of communication coming in here. Marriage. Privileged lady. That's so interesting. You know, I don't use the bad health card as illness and injury. I just don't do that as a reader. That's just not my style. I always talk about bad health in terms of like potentially the health of a situation, or the way in which that you are talking to yourself, or the way in which that you are viewing yourself or your situation. And yes, so just that's kind of the way that I look at it here. I'll be totally real with you. These Kipper cards are not aligning here. You do have the sudden wealth on the bottom. Sudden wealth is much more in alignment with two Wheel of Fortunes, the Tower, and the Ace of Swords. Some of you could be just dealing with communication with a feminine. I don't attach gender to the cards here, so this person could just have a feminine energy about them, or your own divine feminine energy as well. You could be dealing with issues around that. I do think that some of you are getting communication here very clearly with this message energy, yeah. I have to say, incredible reading, one of the most inspiring readings I've done for this month. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. I really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next reading.